Happy day 6. Yeah, day 6 together. You and me. I've got my Bible. I have a pen that one of my clients gave me. It's a Green Bay Packer pen, and it writes on one end, and then it has the highlighter on the other. It's pretty neat. And then I have my journal. And, of course, Bumper. He might sit in a different spot today. Maybe he'll sit on my shoulder. I wiggle too much for him to sit on my shoulder. He'd go flying off, and that would not be good for Bumper, would it? No, it would not. All right. So yesterday, we got to meet Levi. Unless you're not reading it in order, and the last time you and I were together, we met Levi. Jesus calls him. He goes to his house. He eats dinner. And the Pharisees are like, "What are you doing, eating with them?" And Jesus says, "They're the people I came for. That's why I'm here," right? He didn't use those exact words. What did he say? His exact words were, "It is not healthy. It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but the sinners," right? So Jesus came for you and me. Now we're going to pick up in chapter 2, verse 23. We're going to read through verse 28. So let's pause a second and let you make sure you're on the right page. Remember, we're going to look up here at the top, and it'll have our book mark. And then mine has 1 and 2 because those are the chapters that are on this particular page. But funny thing is I actually need this other page where it says mark 2 and 3 because I am going to go all the way down here and find verse 23. Okay. On the Sabbath, Jesus was going through the grain fields, and his disciples walked along. They began to pick some heads of grain. Now, if you don't know this, the Sabbath in this time period was when they were supposed to be resting. They weren't supposed to be plowing the fields or doing things like that, okay? So Jesus is walking through these grain fields, and his disciples begin to pick up some of the grain. And the Pharisees, here's those Pharisees again. The Pharisees said to him, "Look, why are they doing what is unlawful on the Sabbath?" Remember, I told you in the last video, the Pharisees were intelligent people. They knew the law. Doesn't mean they knew Jesus here, but they knew the law. So they knew right from wrong according to the law. They're kind of like enforcers of it. Verse 25. He answered. Who is he? Yes, Jesus, good job. He answered, "Have you never read what David did when he and his companions were hungry and in need? In the days of Abiathar, the high priest, he entered the house of God and ate the consecrated bread, which is lawful only for priests to eat. And he also gave some to his companions." Ooh. Verse 27. Then he said to them, so then Jesus said to them, "The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is Lord even on the Sabbath." Even of the Sabbath. What? What in the world does that mean? Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's think about this. The Sabbath. When did the Sabbath happen? Right? It happens in the Old Testament. We're in the New Testament. And that's why Jesus gives the reference to David, who also would have been under the Sabbath even in the Old Testament. And he reminds him of what he did to help take care of himself and his companions, right? What did he do? What did he say David did? He went in the house of God and took the bread that was supposed to be only for the high priest because they were hungry. Just like the disciples are taking the grain. And then what does Jesus say? The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Meaning, the Sabbath is there for us to remember to take a day of rest. Now, rest is not the same as laziness, so don't be thinking you can get out of your responsibilities. But we do need rest. Remember, we even learned about Jesus resting. And then he says, so the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. Meaning Jesus is Lord over all. No matter what day of the week it is, no matter what time of day it is, Jesus is Lord. Once again, the priests are all about the law, which we need rules, right? Jesus isn't negating that, but he's reminding them that he has the ultimate say because he is the Lord of it all. So, I can't wait to hear what you like the best about today's lesson.